Here's another beautiful kick. Oh, Baker got up very high but showed bad judgment, and a fine mark taken by Picken.
Great mark, wasn't it?
North Melbourne a goal in front. The kick by Picken is into the goal square. There's a mark
towards half forward. Picken.
Well, that's Pickenham.
Picken. Whoops a daisy. Thank you very much.
Well, an amazing sight here is the Collingwood fans, and many of them, have literally raced towards the presentation dais, where the presentation will take place of the Escort Cup and the big check for...
Way between McClure and Picken, and they did that last time. I was thinking as they stood beside each other, I wonder how long. Silly Billy.
Circle area almost, and the mark taken by Picken above McClure, who was looking for another 15-metre penalty, but this time none forthcoming. Bill Picken just
Carlton goal. Carlton,
whose kick is short.
back out there, coming into metre is Billy Picken and takes the mark. Been a very good player for Collingwood too, Billy Picken.
He's had a wonderful final series.
My word, he has. Billy Picken out there on that centre wing position because of their great performance this year. And
Free kick. Kick number 8 for Picken. Collingwood 30
into the back of his opponent, Billy Picken, who is at half forward actually, well down the ground chasing a kick. There's no doubt about that. McClure right into his back, and Billy Picken certainly a fiery character. We saw him in a little bit of a dust-up with Sheldon, not 1 minute to go.
that time by Picken, but he still won't give up. He goes after it again. He ducks his head.
Knocked away by Billy Picken, and Leon Rice tells play. Well, that was just amazing. That Rice seemed to have all the time. He goes in turn towards the centre of the ground, and Bill Picken takes a nice mark.
Well, they're certainly tackling hard, both these sides at the moment. Bill Picken.
Anyway, what a shocking kick that was. And the mark taken down there for Collingwood. Now it's play on.
Not long after I was born, my parents moved down to Hamilton, West Victoria, which is about 3.5 hours away. Football was just part of your daily life. Obviously, my dad played for Collingwood in Sydney. When I was growing up, I was lucky enough, my brother Marcus got drafted to Brisbane, so my school holidays were filled with catching the plane up there and knocking around with all the other players up there. My approach to football was probably shaped the way I was growing up. You know, it was a long road to get drafted, and I was, playing 4 years in the VFL with a lot of ups and downs and getting told you weren't good enough, and I think that's shaped the way I play. I think one of the lucky things.
Kick the fifth right. Then we see Billy Picken ready to come on. I bet he gets the best round of applause you've heard all night. Picken now, listen to that. They love him, don't they? Number 2, but Picken used to be number 25. Like as he takes a mark here, they'll put him in the grandstand there, won't they?
Goal third quarter by the Magpies at Victoria Park in round 21 virtually ended St Kilda's hopes, but the fight carried on.
Great mark over the back by Picken.
Billy was a big occasion player, but he was fantastic.
Our greatest finals player in my era was Billy Picken.
Comes to the ball now, plays for the free kick. Good decision. Picken really playing for that. Umpire Robinson not fooled one little bit.
Yeah, he did stage for him. It was about that, Billy. If he got a bump, he went down as though someone's hit him at 400,000 miles an hour.
Oh, well, Billy wouldn't do that, would he? Of course he would.
He gets a lot of free kicks, doesn't he, Bill Picken?
Billy wouldn't play for a free kick. He was always talking to his opposition or the umpires and, come on, get out of the way, here comes Billy, here comes Billy.
You're trying to pump yourself up, a bit like those boxers before they come out. They're all
you know, all pumping themselves up before a bout and all this sort of stuff. Then they get knocked down after about 30 seconds.
Jess gets into his back or into his neck, and Picken holding his head.
He got hit in the head about 3 times. He kept saying, "Is this the grand final? And which way are we kicking?" And I kept saying, "Our way." I tell him, "Kicking our way." I said, "No, it's not the grand final." And
out of it a bit, but because it's a grand final, you just got to sort of get yourself together. There was no concussion rule in those days. Having a small brain helps.
5 full years, and we're in 5 grand finals.
You can look back on it now and say we did achieve a bit, but they don't have any reunions for the losing grand final side, so.
Goes back out there. Oh, McClure got into his opponent's back that time, and it'll be a free kick to Billy Picken. He's doing pretty well. It was a bit of a clash. Could have been against Barham, but the umpire gave him.
Madden call for it. Oh, trouble here. Oh, Picken! Oh, what a
Long kick looking for McClure. Picken! Oh, what a mark! The mark of the grand final. Look at that. What did you think, Lou?
Magnificent mark. And Mark, the ball.
Out to Bill Picken. Picken loves the
half forward. Picken!
He might have played in 4 losing grand finals, but former Collingwood champion Billy Picken could be on the verge of celebrating a premiership. His son Liam is playing a lead role in digging the Bulldogs deeper in September, and as Tony Jones reports, he's got quite a cheer squad on the family farm.
These are nervous times for Billy Picken and his wife Julie. Like many around the Coleraine region, the Pickens have been on flood watch. At the same time, they're keeping a keen eye on this bloke.
Wonderful mark by Picken.
Liam Picken is the youngest of the 4 Picken children, so it was with mixed emotions when he packed his bags for the big smoke.
He finished year 12 and he said, "Oh, Mum, can I have a lend of the car?" And I said, "Where are you going?" And he said, "Oh, to Melbourne." And I thought, "Oh my God, my baby's, heading off." But he was a man on a mission.
And that mission could take him all the way to a premiership. But first, the Dogs need to overcome Hawthorn on Friday night.
The Bulldogs will serve it up to them, that's for sure, and they've got a never-die attitude, so look, it's going to be a great contest.
Billy Picken is measured when it comes to any talk of premierships. In his 212 games with Collingwood, he was denied football's ultimate prize, but that's not to say he didn't reach some dizzy heights.
Kick looking for McClure. Picken! Oh, what a mark!
Despite those 10 years at Collingwood and a couple with the Swans, Billy and Julie are now very much converted to life at the kennel.
It's being with Liam's family, Annie and the 3 children, and that's wonderful as well to see. I remember when Bill played, they had a crash at the football, and our children they didn't watch the football. They were still too young.
Fortunately for the Picken kids, memories of Dad's heyday have never been too far away. In short, he's among the game's greatest, but Liam might just rival his old man.
Footy Picken! What a pair of hands!
He's always been determined, he's very fit, he lives the lifestyle of an AFL player, he's very dedicated.
As they do for almost every game, the Pickens will again make the 4-hour drive to Melbourne for Friday night's match, unashamedly cheering for those sons of the Scray.
Come on, the Bulldogs. All the best.
Tony Jones, 9 News.
The day, and tonight we gave it to Collingwood centre half-back, a brilliant game, Bill Picken, for his beautifully judged leap from behind.
Peter Giles will go straight down the ground. Collingwood leading by 4 points. It's on to Melbourne's half-forward line. Stephen Smith is there with a great mark for Billy Picken. Smith going under the ball and Picken judging.
Kicks are very low. At the back is Picken. Fly, there he is at his best, Billy Picken. He's played a great game. Short pass, that's our confidence.
Yeah, no, it is. It's terrific. You go to the live members shows or the past players, but here's quite a lot of players who have played, might have played 10, 20 games, and it's fantastic.
Now the club will award the best goal and the best mark ever. You've taken a few in your time, marks that is. Which one was the better one for you? 1976?
76 against St Kilda and 74 against Richmond were the 2 marks that I can recollect. But Peter Dacos and Mick McGon will have a pretty good contest with the goal of the year.
Well, tell us about that. Mick McGowan must be favourite in your heart anyway.
Dacos kicked a few good ones, but that running goal of Mick McGowan's was, pretty unbelievable. But I'd hate to be a judge.
And what about the Collingwood Footy Club right here, right now? Is there an air of expectation in the room that they might be able to pull off a bit of a fairy tale this weekend?
Look, it's going to be hard for them. They've got a truckload of injuries, but there's always hope in a footy game. You know the rules.
Well, they'll be singing the song here loud and proud tonight, Pete. It'll be a big black and white night here at Crown Casino.
Stepping over on the greasy turf, Picken.
Over many years, Bill Picken was not only one of the true characters of the game, but one of Collingwood's stalwarts, donning the black and white for the Magpies on almost 250 occasions. But now Billy Picken has swapped the hallowed turf of Victoria Park for the turf of a racecourse in his new position as secretary of the Hamilton Racing Club. And today, after only 6 weeks in his new job, Picken was in charge of the club's big afternoon of racing for the year, Hamilton Cup Day. And bustling Billy was nearly as busy on the racecourse as he was on the footy field.
Hey, Bill. Hey, well done, mate, too. Thank you. Last week, terrific.
She's left a trainer's ticket home.
Yeah, what you want, one of the members?
Just into the members.
Yeah. What do you think of the crowd? What do you think of the crowd?
It's looking good.
It is. It's been very hectic, but no, it's good, and hopefully today will be successful.
Picken, who still lines up for Hamilton on the weekend, says the 6 grand finals in which he played for Collingwood were the highlights of a great career. And one particular moment stands out when he marked and then kicked to Twiggy Dunn in the dying seconds of the drawn 77 grand final.
I was probably in the right spot at the right time, but I certainly wouldn't have liked to have been Twiggy Dunn when he kicked that flat punt through the middle, because the torpedo punch really gone out of footy, and Twiggy's lined up for goal and put it straight through. It's unbelievable.
Good on you, Billy, and of course Steve will be heading down.
Bill, it's 21 rounds into the season. It may be a bit too late to ask you this. Were you disappointed that you didn't get one of the captaincy roles at Collingwood this year?
That was over and done with. Yeah. Accepted it and just hopefully got on with playing.
You had a happy season here, so?
Now towards the centre wing, but Collingwood players in front all day. Towards the centre half forward, players jostling for position. Payton from behind, but it's Picken in front.
It's high. Looking there for Hendry, who's been Picken, oh! Picken one right off the top of the pack. That move because he's not a good left foot kicking that goes high. Knights tries to take it, the man in front. Must get it this time. Buckinghorn's kick goes towards the centre half forward position, and a safe mark is taken there by Billy Picken. Once to go. Knights tries to take it, the man in front. Must get it this time.
Great pass to McClure. Here comes a chance for Sheldon.
No one wants it except the one and only Billy Picken, who's marked at centre half back, and that's 10 marks. Over the top, interferes with Picken, who'll get the free kick. And Picken absolutely killing McClure. Looking for McClure.
Here comes Picken. He's the leaper.
He's mourning the loss of 2 of Collingwood's finest former players, Billy Picken and Con Britt, who have sadly passed away. Live now to Gillian Lantouris, who's outside Collingwood Football Club. And Jill, the club will wear black armbands at today's game.
That's right. Good morning, Jane. Club President Jeff Brown confirmed that all the players will be wearing black armbands in their match against the Bombers to honour the 2 stars. Sadly, last night, Billy Pickens passed away at aged 66. He was a golden child for the club. He played more than 200 games over 11 years in 1974. And throughout his career, he won many awards, including the E.W. Copeland Trophy, not once, but twice. But more famously, he's known for his cheeky chatter on the field. He often commentated on himself, and one of his famous phrases was, "Look out, Billy, here comes Billy." So he was quite the larrikin. Also, sadly, Con Britt did pass away last night as well. He played more than 100 games for the club, and he was an all-star forward, but retired after a knee injury when he was just aged 26. But as you said, it's a very sad day, not only for the Pies, but for the entire AFL community. Jane.
All right, took a mark 2-on-1 and kicked this goal after the siren from the MCC pocket to win the game in a famous match just a day after the very sad passing of club legend Billy Picken, aged just 66, from a heart attack.
I think he's the best mark I've seen for probably the history of the club, I would think. The good times that you have with families and, with Julie and, the kids, it's just too early at 66.
leaping his walls, but he's behind. There's the strong hands of Picken.
Big Welsh is down there, so is Thompson. Oh, Welsh going to find it in the front of the ball was Picken, who's been in great touch in this match. Great pair of hands, Billy Picken. Fourth mark. Bouncing at centre-half forward. Abbey could be retarded. Goes through the pack. A short kick again towards Welsh. The man in front is Picken once again.
Fisted down to Ray Shaw. The Magpies go back into attack. Picken. Oh, yes, and then Wilson, he had the ride. There's the kick by McFall. Fiery fellow up towards centre-half forward. Picken takes...
Let it come. Centre wing. Oh, the back. Delightful mark by Picken. Judged the flight of the ball beautifully.
Ash, Bennett. Madden call for it. Oh, trouble here. Oh, Picken. Oh, what a mark.
Dempsey. Dempsey's kick up short of centre wing. Sutton in front. Oh, Picken, what a grab.
The full forward zone. Oh, good mark there to Billy Picken. A great mark.
Oh, Picken, one of Collingwood's best today. Towards Crow. Picken again. Through Mullane. He's played a ripper game today, Mullane. Picken, can he make it two from 20 metres out? Yes, I think he has. Oh, what a shot. 2 goals to Bill. And Collingwood fans finding voice. 7-2, 8-8 on 7's big lead.
Great play on the part of Mullane then. And Billy Picken, the old champion, the old favourite of the Collingwood crowd, didn't let him down. You watch this over to Billy, right on the angle, a difficult shot on the wrong side of the ground from right footer, but he put it through. A standing ovation for the old champ. They love him here.
What can you say? A funny bloke on the ground. We always had a go at Billy for not picking up his own man. We were chasing his man around and things like that, but one of the most spectacular players you want to see.
With skipper Moore out injured, the Magpies won through to their 3rd straight grand final as they finished all over Geelong in the preliminary final.
Shoots the hand pass, but over the head of Fitzpatrick. Oh, gee, this is going to be slippery this afternoon. A free kick being paid, and let's see which way it's going. It's going to Billy Picken, who probably gets more free kicks than any other player playing. He just seems to be in the right place at the right time. Bill, and 2 15-metre penalties being applied. So the umpire exerting his control right from the...
Forwards, a very high kick into the breeze. Close to the boundary line. And finally out of play, while Croswell and Picken aren't the best of friends.
Got under the mark, couldn't grab it. Oh, one in the face to Billy Picken, got it clear. And the ball back towards Collingwood's half-forward, but Geelong are not giving up as we see a hand pass. Coming back here now to Featherby, it bounces right. Another one back, and Geelong are really playing top football as the ball comes back there to Bruns. He's grabbed, gets a hand pass back. Back it comes to Billy Picken, ducks his head, he's grabbed.
Little short kick up towards half-forward over the top. Johnston, Picken's mark. Took it out of his hands.
Oh, I don't know about that, Peter.
I do. Picken had it first.
Well, okay, it's a free kick or a mark to Billy Picken there at centre-half back. A very doubtful one indeed. But, of course, if the Magpies happen to win this game, it'll cause a lot of controversy. The 15-metre penalty, and, of course, now we're at the 25-minute mark, and the Magpies Mackay still in front by 11 points.
At this stage of the game, Lou, there's no doubt that Bill Dallin must have been very firm in his opinion that Picken had first grab of the ball, and it just does show the value of being in front.
Well, another thing too, he didn't hesitate when he paid the decision. Bobby just went straight for the for Billy Picken to take the mark down there towards the back pocket.
He's gone for the long kick, looking for McLeod. The mark of the grand final. Look at that. What do you think?
Magnificent mark. A mark, the ball.
The AFL world is mourning the death of former Collingwood champion Bill Picken. The two-time Copeland Trophy winner played more than 200 games at the Pies, where he debuted in 1975. He also spent 2 seasons at the Swans. His sons followed in his footsteps, Liam at the Bulldogs and Marcus at the Lions. He's the uncle of Lions Premiership captain Jonathan Brown. Billy Picken was 66.
Good old Collingwood forever. We know how to play the game. Side by side we stick together to uphold the Magpie's name. Here the barrackers are shouting, as all barrackers should. Oh, the premiership's a cable for the good old Collingwood. Good old Collingwood forever. They know how to play the game. Side by side we stick together to uphold the Magpie's name. Here the barricades are shouting, as all barricades should. Oh, the premiership's a cable for the good old Collingwood. There's a flag on the horizon. We've been there before, and we'll fight to be in there again. Because there's one word that sums it all up and makes it all worthwhile, and that's